Good Sunday evening to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz, taking a deeper dive into your work week forecast because we have big changes up ahead. We are trending hotter again, 80s and 90s, drier conditions, and elevated fire concerns, as well as wildfire smoke concerns moving in as early as tonight, especially Monday and into Tuesday, but it may stick around for a couple of days. The heat may take a little bit of time to dial back because we have this ridge of high pressure that's going to build and just essentially stick with us, keeping winds essentially offshore instead of onshore. And when we get those onshore winds, that's what we call our natural AC. So the weather team went ahead and issued back-to-back first alert weather days starting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because not only is it going to be hot, but with some of that wildfire smoke moving in, and you notice our overnight lows are going to be very mild, so not a lot of relief from the heat before we warm things right back up. Then we head into the weekend with the return of onshore winds. That's going to help push some of this wildfire smoke out of here, and then the temperatures will start to come down a good bit. But tomorrow, even with temperatures near normal in the mid and upper 70s, we're still going to have some of that haze moving in, more so aloft, so up in the sky rather than the surface. But model guidance have really been consistent with showing some of that smoke mixing down to the surface Tuesday and into Wednesday, maybe into Thursday, but it looks as though we'll start to get that onshore push by Thursday. So that is why we've issued these 3 days with first alert, just to give you a heads up that, again, it's going to be hot during the day, but very warm overnight. But there's something, kind of a fly in the ointment, if you will, because some of this haze, depending on how thick it is, it could actually keep temperatures a little lower than what we're forecasting. Either way, it's still going to be hot, it's going to be stagnant, and we'll have to watch for that fire danger and some drops in air quality, especially once again as we head to Tuesday. Let's talk about the big picture right now. Looking at the visible satellite, we've had showers, even a thunderstorm closer to Lake Cushman this evening, and most of this rain is going to clear. Still some showers. We have this upper trough that is keeping things a little unsettled, and then you see all of that wildfire smoke covering much of the central and eastern portion of the state. Let's take you to Lake Chelan, where you can just see it almost looks like a rainy day. That's not the case, unfortunately. They desperately need the rain. They're not going to get it. This is all of that wildfire smoke, and so much so that we have drops in air quality in that very unhealthy category, as well as near Spokane, unhealthy. And you see all of that gray. Those are air quality alerts. Meanwhile, this side of the Cascades, we don't have any drops in air quality right now. But the current forecast for Monday brings us into the code orange, so unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you have any underlying illnesses, say asthma or heart conditions, this would make things a little more uncomfortable for you. So the sensitive groups, that's what that means. But some spots could be even lower than that. So that's why we're really going to have to watch as this smoke comes in. I wanted to really focus on the near surface conditions because that's what we could deal with, especially Monday morning into Monday night and especially into Tuesday. So you see how we start to get northerly and northeasterly flow, and that's going to help push some of this wildfire smoke. Again, this is near the ground over the Cascades into later Monday. So that's likely why we have that code orange for unhealthy for sensitive groups, the current forecast, but that could certainly change. Watch what happens into Tuesday. You see how we have more widespread reds and oranges and even some purples for the Cascade foothills and valleys. That's the day we are really thinking some of the air quality could be at the lowest. If that changes, obviously, we will let you know. But once again, several reasons why we're under first alert Tuesday through Thursday. Let's take you outside. The Blue Angels flew today. You may have heard them. Lake Washington was definitely busy, the place to be earlier in the day, and the blues were able to fly high. And you see off in the distance, we have blue sky, we have clouds, likely some of the wildfire smoke, the pyrocumulus clouds, maybe what we're seeing off in the distance. But once again, we had one little thunderstorm. You saw it there near Hood Canal and Lake Cushman earlier this afternoon, but much of this rain is coming to an end and we're dry overnight. Overnight temperatures 40s and 50s. Take advantage of the cooler overnight temperatures tonight before we heat up, because again, not much relief overnight starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow's going to be comfortable, but again, we'll have some haze moving up in the sky, so making it the sky look a little milky in color instead. So temperature wise, going to be in the mid and upper 70s, a few spots, especially our typical hot spots, in the lower 80s. Going to be quite breezy as well. Then we get to Tuesday, and once again, some of this smoke could be on the thicker side, and that could keep our temperatures down a couple of degrees, but you see widespread 80s and a couple of 90s in the mix, but we only heat up from there. You see all the way to the coast, 80s interior areas, 80s, low and mid 90s. So Wednesday looks to be the hottest day for everyone, from the coast all the way to the Cascade foothills. But then Thursday, it's going to be hot as well, if not maybe a few degrees warmer. Actually, you saw a just update right there. One of the model guidance is picking up on 90 degrees. We're going with a forecast high of about 89, 90. Either way, it's going to be hot unless we get some of that thicker smoke. Into Wednesday, you see again low and mid 80s, and then Thursday will also be that day where we have those hot temperatures. So actually that showed you Wednesday. Initially it showed you Thursday, but then it switched back to Wednesday for some reason. But the coast should start to cool down a little bit. We'll get that push of onshore winds. That's going to help bring us more of that natural AC and some cleaner air, but it may take a little bit of time for it to reach the interior spots. Let's talk about what lies beyond the 7-day forecast. Models and the Climate Prediction Center are hinting that we'll likely have near normal temperatures, if not maybe a degree or so above normal. But this is when things get interesting. It's showing the potential, slight potential, for above normal precipitation for the middle half of August. That would definitely be much welcomed, because again, this would be for a large portion of Washington. I mean, we all need the rain, but especially for those most vulnerable. So once again, Monday, 77 near normal, a little hazy with the haze moving in up in the sky, likely tonight, but the thicker smoke could move in Monday night and into Tuesday, maybe sticking around into Wednesday. So make sure you check in with your local air quality agency, Puget Sound agency as well, and we'll be able to bring you the latest on the air quality as well. Thursday, hot and hazy as well. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s to potentially mid 90s, depending on if we get some of that haze or smoke obstructing the sun, because again, that could limit us from heating up as much. Then we get into the weekend and temperatures start to go down. Could get a lot of this smoke to clear out of here by then because of the return of onshore winds, but a lot could change between now and then. In terms of temperatures, once again, this is beyond the 7-day forecast. As we head into the middle of August, you see, generally speaking, near normal highs, if not right there or above normal, but still, for now, it doesn't appear as though we're going to have any 90s beyond the 7-day forecast. Hopefully it stays that way.